No, I'm just kidding. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys remember, last video was a huge fail. We were only able to install the solid bushing for the rear differential in the back. We weren't able to do the bushings up front for the OEM bushings here. We weren't able to push them out because the press was actually bending the subframe inwards. I went at it with a hammer, I got some of it off, but it's still not enough. Lazy's actually going to come over with the Eclipse and then he's going to help me with that. And also we're going to see if we're able to salvage these poly bushings from the GS subframe. They're a one piece, so they're going to be hard to take out. If not, I'll just use the OEM ones. They're in decent condition. So, and I'll still be able to keep the bushing for the trailing arm in the bottom and then the two bushings for the spindle up top. So besides for the all-wheel drive swap for the Evo swap Eclipse, it only differs in the front for versus the GST guys. The rear end is basically the same thing, so if you have a GST and you want to convert it over to all-wheel drive, it's the same thing. The hardest part of the swap is going to be cutting into the frame from the inside so you could actually lead the bolts. So the gas tank is mounted up through 4 bolts that we have to cut holes up top and then feed them through the bottom. Then the subframe is actually made up of 4 bolts that we have to cut. Here it is. Okay. I'm actually going to leave that one in. I think we have enough room. I'm just going to take out the rear seat and we should have access to the panels that we're going to have to cut. So now I just got to put this somewhere safe. So you can see this thing is like, I've only sat on it like 6 times so far, so yeah, I really don't want to dirty it. I even worked on it with gloves on. That's how peaky I am with it. Lazy just came through and we're going to start taking apart the bushings first.
Bam!
You got it.
There you go. Cool for the next one.
Alright, next one. Got it.
There you go.
I see. It's out.
Nice.
Right.
Time for magic.
Alright, so now we're gonna get to cutting. I already went ahead and removed the evap canister, which is right here. This is just for like smog related stuff. I really don't need it. So just go ahead and remove it. And then you're going to have to drill these out. That bracket and that bracket right there. This is the gas tank, the front wheel drive gas tank. They just hold it up from the side and the rear. So you have to drill these out first, and then I'll show you guys the next cut locations for the rest of the stuff. There you go.
There you go.
So here's one bracket. Now let's get to that one. Alright, so I got my sister's glasses, but safety first.
Fashion 101. Where's the drill?
Alright. I'm scared, dude.
Dude, you should like do it from over here on this side.
There you go.
Oh, there was one bolt in there left. Fuck.
Alright, so these are the 2 gas tank brackets you need to remove from the frame. That way they don't get in the way for the all-wheel drive tank. Next step is to start cutting the frame a bit to fit the all-wheel drive gas tank. So these are the locations right here. That square right there. We have to cut a little hole to be able to feed the bolt. So it comes out right through here, and you do it on the other side as well. It's the same thing. You'll be able to tell right now.
There you go.
I was pushing myself. Picking up pilot holes is a good idea, cause.
Alright, where's the freaking I took off? I don't know. You zoomed into his face.
Alright, so we got the first hole for this. You're gonna feed it through here, so it comes down here. Now we just gotta do the other side real quick. That one came out way cleaner than that one.
Shut up.
Alright, so we got the 2 access holes ready. Now we're gonna show you the location for the rear. Yeah, so this is where we remove the gas tank brackets from. You go to the right. Once you see this hole, it's this one right here. So you have to feed the bolt through here and make it come down here. And the same goes for this side, but the exhaust is in the way. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this real quick and then show you guys the exact hole. Alright, so now that the exhaust is off, I'll show you guys the actual location. So for the right side is gonna be right here, this hole. And then for the left side, it's going to be this hole right here. This is a very specific one. So you have to feed it through here and it comes out right here. Alright, so next we have to cut access to the rear subframe bolts from the inside. So we're gonna go in the car and show you guys.
Smells like new.
We'll do the front ones first. Smells like what?
It smells new.
This car, well, yeah, it is new, bro. 1999. Yeah, so it's this square area right here, and same for that side. Right in this area right here.
Almost lost an arm, man. Hey, there's the. Ah, that's hot! That took a minute. Like the heat transferred to me hotly.
Can you see the hole through there?
Yeah, you can see.
Oh, look, there it is, guys. So that's where you're gonna feed the front all-wheel drive subframe bolt through there.
Whoa, you're dancing. Dancing.
Boom.
I don't see it.
There you go.
Oh,
There's the
is.
other piece, and show them the hole real quick. Oh, I can see it from right here.
Oh,
Actually.
there you go.
So now that those 2 are done, we're gonna get to the rear. So we'll show you the spot for those next. All right. So for the rear subframe bolts, it's gonna be right above these 3 guys. The access hole should be right there. Once you cut into the frame, there's actually gonna be a little piece of metal that's gonna be in the way, which you're also gonna have to cut, and then you'll have access to the rear subframe bolt. So we're gonna start cutting into it, and we'll see if we're able to get it on the first try. Okay, so we made the hole. As you can see right there, we need to cut that as well, so we have access to the subframe bolt.
Amigo de Miguel, DSM, y tú hablas español. Y tu amigo Carlos tiene un Eclipse también, tiene un canal también en YouTube. Oh shit.
Alright, so it looks disgusting, but it has to be done. We're just gonna go ahead and do the other side. It's the same process, and then once it's done, we'll get back to you guys. There you go, you got it.
There you go.
Sick. This side was a lot easier.
Okay.
It was a lot more cleaner.
Yeah. Alright, so now we're gonna have to cut the front subframe, the front wheel drive subframe bolts. These are just gonna get in the way. So the form says to cut these. I can't focus. There you go. You cut these flush, and then you put some silicone in there so they don't rattle. I actually don't have any silicone, so we're actually gonna go to Harbor Freight and Home Depot and stuff. Harbor Freight, and then we're gonna cut these. We're gonna take the Evo to Harbor Freight and Home Depot. So we're gonna pull it out, put this one in, and then head out.
No warm-ups.
8x125. Oh, but 1.5. Where is it? All right. So for the gas tank bolts, you get a 5/16 by 2.5, and then you get an 8mm fender washer and the nut that goes with it, and you have to get 4 of these. So
There you go. So Miguel couldn't find the damn freaking bolt, so now we gotta go somewhere else. So disappointing route to Home Depot.
Couldn't find a job.
Couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a job. They kicked me out of the store. It smells like freaking manure right now because we're in Chino. Oh my gosh. But here we go. Here we go. Here's a squat.
Alright, now we gotta go to Harbor Freight.
I told you.
Oh, you're right.
Next to us.
Don't park next to me.
Sad news, you guys. I'm not driving the Evo anymore. Nah, I guess he's driving. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
That exhaust noise. Damn, look at that thing though. What you think about that Evo though?
I did a better pull.
Alright, so we got the sealant right here for the front subframe bolts, and we got some Loctite semi-permanent for the bolts, just in case we ever need to remove them.
Alright guys, since this is a second stop, it's my turn to drive the Evo. How to go? What do you think?
I don't know, bro. Alright, so we're back from Harbor Freight. Now we're going to show you the bolts you need to cut so they don't get in the way. You have to cut the front wheel drive subframe bolt from here and the front wheel drive subframe bolt from right there. You just cut them flush, and then you put some silicone so they don't rattle around later. You ready?
Alright, so while Miguel's busy over there doing some angle grinding cutting, we got the silicone right here, and we already cut the bolts for the subframe. So you focus on this. There you go. And then they're as flush as they're gonna get. But this is the bolt right here. We're about to put some silicone on it. Wow.
What the hell?
I thought it all squeezed in there, but it squeezed in my head.
How?
Harbor Freight.
Oh my gosh.
Grab a Ziploc bag.
Did it just open from the other side?
Alright, you guys. Put enough silicone on it. Let me focus on that. There you go. Freaking, I was like Picasso over here using it off the hand. But we got it. We got it.
Alright guys, that's it for today's video. We got pretty far into the build, so next video should be the installation of the gas tank, some welding, and then the installation of the subframe. So stay tuned for next week's video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.
Listen.